Hello, this is the Captain Paxo, and this is my bleed build. Well, unfinished bleed build. Named him Lifehunter, because that's kind of what he's doing. Lots of bleed. 15 vigor, will be 15 endurance, and 15 vitality. I'm using 20 strength and dex because, well, I only want the base stats of weapons, because I'm not going to be using them for damage scaling, if that makes any sense. I'm going to be using them for the bleed, and I'm going to be upping luck. I will use the Corvian Great Scythe, which is effectively the Lifehunter Scythe from Dark Souls 1, because it causes self-bleed. But honestly, this is more or less a warden twin blade showcase, because I didn't really get a lot of success with anything. I didn't get a lot of success in the catacombs, so I moved to the Cathedral of the Deep. I started using the warden twin blades because I wasn't getting much success with the scythe, and I still wasn't getting much success, so I just kept using the twin blades, and I got some half decent clips. This guy is your average S-stock user, you know, just R1 stamina for days, you know. Wow, giving me a little bit of space, but oh, there we go, more spam. Spam your R1. But the Warden Twin Blades, I guess, if we're going to be doing this as more of a weapon showcase rather than a build showcase, because I don't quite have enough I don't have enough luck to make the bleed really effective. I only have 15. And I want to make my weapons hollow, which is why I'm only getting the base stats with strength and dex. I'm only getting the base stats so that I can use the weapon, and then I'm going to be scaling them with luck using the hollow gems. But I'm not going to go hollow because I don't really see that much benefit in going hollow. Oh, Panic Carthus Rogue, that's definitely going to save you. I don't see much benefit in lowering your maximum health so you can get a little bit more damage. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Well, especially if you've got 40 luck, because that's the stat where you start to get diminishing returns. So going hollow to get bonus luck doesn't seem quite right. If you don't know, when you infuse a weapon with hollow, the weapon scales off of your luck stat, and when you turn yourself hollow and you equip a hollow weapon, it gives you a bonus to your luck stat depending on the weapon's level. So when it's plus 10, you get plus 5 luck, I believe. So I'll probably be going to 40 luck because, well, this is a luck build effectively. I want to be getting as much bleed out of my weapons as possible. And yeah, like I said, I don't really see because I'm going to 40 luck. I'll be getting diminished returns from the hollow weapons when I'm hollow. So I don't see the point in lowering my health so I can get a not very good amount of damage out of it, really. So I guess now onto the Warden Twin Blades, and me dying because I panic roll too much still. I'm really trying not to do that, but still get caught. So the Warden Twin Blades, they do build bleed ridiculously quickly, and it's not because they have a really high base bleed. They have, like, I think it's 35 base bleed. Well, it depends what your luck stat is. I think it's 35 for me. But it's because when you hit L1, it hits with both the blades, and it counts as hitting your opponent twice, so it effectively, for me at least, it'll hit the opponent for, what is it, 70? That's right, yeah. It'll hit the opponent for 70 bleed every time I hit L1, which is higher than any other bleed weapon I have. Like, the highest I have otherwise is the Corvian Great Scythe at 38, which inflicts self-bleed damage, which is not that great. And then add on top of that, I can apply Carthus Rogue, which adds bleed more bleed damage to your weapon. It's probably more like 100 bleed per swing. I don't exactly know how much bleed it adds. I don't know if it shows. I'll have to check at some point. But yeah, it adds even more bleed, and with 40 luck, I imagine you can bleed someone twice in just one one lot of a 4-hit combo with the L1. You could probably bleed someone twice if they have really low bleed resist and you have 40 luck. And Karthus Rogue. It's kind of ridiculous. But just because this weapon builds bleed insanely quickly doesn't mean it's like the be-all end-all. It has its limitations. For one, it uses a lot of stamina in order for you to use that L1. Well, it uses twice as much stamina as it would do from the just the standard R1, I believe, because you're effectively swinging it twice, so it makes sense that you're going to use twice the stamina. Did I mention range? That's an issue. I have swung my weapon so many times, and the person has just slightly moved out of the way and then hit me with their weapon so many times. And also the first L1 doesn't have a lot of horizontal range. I like weapons that start off their swing with a horizontal swing because it allows me to try and catch out any rolls and maybe even hit multiple opponents. So I do adapt to that. I start off with an R1 and then do an L1 instead of just hitting L1 over and over. It does result in less bleed, but it's only a little bit less bleed. They're still probably going to bleed if I hit them with the full combo, which, well, the combo that I started using was R1, L1, L2, R2, which it hits your opponent a lot of times, and if you have that 40 luck and your opponent doesn't have a lot of bleed resist, like isn't using the blood bite ring, probably will bleed them out twice. I don't know how the bleed meter works. I don't know if it like drains a little bit before it can start getting refilled, or if it just depletes immediately and you can refill it immediately again. This is an interesting situation I've found myself in. I've got someone using Fire Brigand twin daggers and a guy with a claymore who I believe is fat rolling. Yeah, he's fat rolling. I always find fat roll hilarious. And that was awful. That is just... damn. Yeah. You win. Not smart of me. Is this, I can't remember what this fight is. Let's just see. I think... oh, I remember this. Yeah, this guy's using a fire battle axe. A lot of fire weapons today. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure I discussed this in the Enter Salaman video I did. Oh, that's my combo right there. Well, 3 out of 4 swings. Anyway, I don't really understand like why you would want to infuse with fire as opposed to with raw, because you're getting no scaling anyway. But if you want no scaling and get the most damage out of it, raw's probably the best path because it does pure physical as opposed to split damage, like split physical and raw, or physical and fire, sorry, not physical and raw. But you can also buff raw. I should have gone for that guard break right there. That was my combo, but didn't hit it, so it wasn't worth nothing. It was worth nothing. And I got a backstab for it as well. So I'm really up shit creek without a paddle. And I'm dead. Well done me. I still suck. Yay. Anyhow. But this weapon, it also works pretty well with Pontiff's left eye. Oh, it would have been amazing if he rolled down that. It also works quite well with Pontiff's left eye because it swings twice in one button press. it counts as 2 hits to stack up for the consecutive hits bonus. And I tested this out. I hit some enemies with R1 until I got the Pontiff's Left Eye effect, and it was 4 hits, I believe. So with the L ones, you only need to hit someone twice to be able to get that regen. So I guess if you want to do a regen build, this might the twin blades might work quite well. Either the sellsword or the warden, depending on what you want to use. I mean, if you want to buff it with blessed weapon, I don't know. Maybe the sellswords. I don't know. Probably depends which one has. Well, I guess it's preference, isn't it? Got the guard break there, but I don't know. I feel like I should punish these guard breaks. Oh, he's riding a hoverboard, and I just got hit there. Panic Carthus again. I did that earlier in the video. Another theme: Panic Carthuses Panic Carthus rogues and fire weapons. This guy tries to trade with me. You don't really want to trade with a bleed build because the bleed will beat you out pretty damn well, actually. And again, this guy's kind of panicking. I don't know. Bleed is strong, and honestly, I'm glad that it's a quarter of your health as opposed to half of your health. Did I just bleed him twice? I don't think I did. I don't think that's possible in 2 hits, but I certainly did a ton of damage. God. No, that just must have been me hitting him. There's no way that was a bleed. Like 2 bleeds in 1. A lot of people have managed to roll through the bleed. Like, rolling through the bleed, it seems to be a lot easier in this game than it ever was in Dark Souls 1. Like, in Dark Souls 1, well, at least for me, whenever I managed to roll through the bleed, I was like, oh, sweet, rolled through the bleed. Whereas in this, you seem to be able to roll through the bleed quite frequently. Oh, this is a fun fight. Playing my Carthus Rogue. Hello, Mr. Black Knight. You don't want to block back, because I'll just bleed you. Hello, Mr. Orenstein. I'll just bleed you as well. Oh, goodbye, Mr. Orenstein. You're going down. Hello, Mr. Host. With your baby fireballs, I'm not really scared of you. I guess these guys must be using a password system. Oh, hello, Orenstein again. I'm just gonna bleed you. Oh, we're going down, are we? I guess you're gonna die. Oh, the Phantom's down here. I guess I'm gonna die as well. Oh, yeah. I guess those guys must have been because if you noticed, I got 3,000 souls. Let me accumulate my thoughts a little bit here. Those guys must have been using the password system, because I don't think otherwise I don't think I would have been able to, or that gold wouldn't have been able to play with the host, because the host only had baby fireballs, which I don't think seems quite right. And that guy gave me 3,000 souls, which everyone else is giving me 4,000 souls. This is a pretty good showing of what the bleed build can do when used properly. I'm not very good at that, but let's hope we get better. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you.